Hello YouTube and welcome back to old Flads. This is the Escapist, and after what has been quite a long time, and I do apologise for that, I have a first impressions, first look video for you from one of the Steam Early Access games, and I'm really excited about this because I'm a fan of Prison Break, the TV series. If you haven't watched it, it's about a guy who breaks his brother out of prison. There's a huge subplot to it as well. It's very in-depth, it's excellent, you should definitely go and watch it. Nonetheless, because this is ultimately about escaping from prison, I was really interested to see it, and I also love the art styling. I'm really a big fan of this whole sort of 8-bit thing, and it does mean that they can concentrate a lot on the depth of the story itself. So without further ado, we're going to jump into my saved game. So we're not going to go through the first day, but I do want to show you a day in the life of a prisoner in the Escapist and how we can go about bettering ourselves so we can make our escape. I'm not going to be able to show you an escape in this episode. Trust me when I say it takes time to get that sort of thing done. What I am going to do though is show you a few things about it, and then we're going to do a couple of missions, favours, which are going to involve a bit of a beating on someone who's been a bit naughty, and then we're going to look at how I'm going to start making my escape itself. They're going to be towards the end, so bear with me whilst I take you through the rest of it, but let's get going now, shall we? Okay, this is my cell, and I am locked up for an indefinite period of time, it would seem. We're on day 12 now, and as you'd expect from prison, you've got to conform to the routines. If you don't, the guards become very suspicious of you. So you're going to go through roll calls, you're going to do your prison industry, you're going to have breakfast, dinner, lunch, another roll call, some free time, some workout time, some exercise time. This all links together to ultimately give you the tools you need to escape. So whilst we're at roll call, this down here on the right hand side, this is my inventory. Here is my profile. As you can see, I've been working out, so I'm pretty strong, got a bit of speed, and I need that for when I actually have to do these tasks where I've got to give someone a beating, because, well, if you're not as strong as them, you're going to get beaten up yourself. Here is my journal. Now in here is a list of favours, and these are quests. So has anyone got a green line above their head? You'll see a little exclamation mark, it'll be a green one, and it'll be above people's heads. They'll need you to do them a favour, and they'll pay you for it as well. Money is a very, very important part of this game, and how you acquire it is done in several different ways. Like I said, favours are one way. They'll earn you limited amounts, and they've got an element of danger to them. Firstly, you could either get busted by the guards, you could either get beaten up yourself, at which point you'll lose contraband that's in your inventory as well. It does have an amazing amount of depth, this game. But the best way is through prison industry. So after we've eaten, which should take another 3 seconds, we're going to go and do our work. Now in order to get a job, you need to go up here to the job board, and this will give you a list of the jobs and who works those jobs currently. So laundry, kitchen, woodshop and medshop, which is me. If there is a vacancy available, you will need to reach a certain criteria. For metal work, it was actually reaching an intellect of 70. In order to get intellect, you go to the library and you read a book. It's as simple as that. It does actually take your fatigue meter up, and does take quite a long time. So you just have to bear that in mind when you're actually building up your stats. And depending on the job, depends on what stats you'll need to increase. Now prison industry pays $60 for meeting the job quota. As you see down here is the job quota. And that's a lot of money considering how, not difficult, but how long it can take to accrue a fair amount of which. Now the money that you earn goes towards buying things either for quest completion or ultimately your escape. and that's where the crafting section comes in. So you'll be able to buy things you can then put in here to craft, and they'll aid you in your escape. So you might buy a better shovel, for example, or you might buy some rope or whatever, or some sleeping pills. Perhaps you want to drug the guards, perhaps you want to copy a guard's key. It is actually already in here as well. So even though this is an early build, it is pretty in depth, and like I said, it does take a while to get going. It's a grind, but I kind of like that, because prison life, I guess, would be quite a grind. So it actually is a grind with a reason, not reason as such, but there's a point to the grind. It's recreating the monotony of prison life. So now that I've reached my job quota, I can actually come back into the main compound and do whatever I want. Now, a way of accruing items is by coming into different people's cells themselves and just picking up items as you see them. Don't get caught by the guards though, because they will give you a beating and you'll have anything stolen taken away from you. Now these things here, and this is very, very good, these are crafting notes. In order to craft stuff from here, you need to have crafting notes, which are these. So you'll find them and they'll give you sort of recipes. You'll then have to either acquire or buy the different ingredients in order to create that particular item. So if you click on the crafting note, you just left click in the inventory, it will tell you this is a padded inmate outfit. So inmate outfit, a book and duct tape. I'm not really sure what that's for. Perhaps it's for armor, don't know, but the fact we've got it is good. So when you press discard, it doesn't mean you forget it. It comes into your crafting notes, and then you'll be able to just know what you need in order to make the crafting recipe, so to speak. This is a whip. Oh, wow. Timber, wire and a razor blade. You're going to be doing some pretty serious damage, and you also need 80 intelligence just to craft it. So that's going to take you a little while to accrue, because those ingredients aren't cheap, and also you've got to bear in mind that you've got to do your reading as well. Now, what stats you build up are dependent on you, but I would suggest building up enough stats to get whatever job you can, and then working on the others during your free time. So after midday roll call, we're going to, I think it's either lunch or exercise. Again, this monotony thing is here on purpose. It's done so that you actually get into the whole ethos of prison life. Now, in your free time, you've got the choice of doing several things. You can do your quests. You can increase your increase your intelligence. So we'll do that quickly. Just click on it. I'm reading a book again. Got a bit of intelligence from that. Or you can go into the exercise and do some exercise. Now, there is going to be some exercise time after lunch, I believe it is. But in order to do this, you have to tap simultaneously Q and E, like you used to have to do on the sort of Sega, the Super Nintendo, like Olympic games, where you had to try and sprint and you had to tap the buttons. I was always rubbish at it, and that's why I'm not very good on the whole workout thing. However, I'm gaining speed every other distance that I travel. So it says distance travelled 8, I've gained a bit of speed. Now, I'm not sure what the count actually is, but as you can see, it's going up, and this actually comes into my profile. So my speed is now 99 out of 100, so I don't really need to do anything with that. My strength is 88 out of 100. So I'm pretty strong, I'm pretty fast, and my intelligence could actually do with some working on. So I need to come down here and do some more intelligence. It does take a while to get up here, like I said. Once again, it's this whole prison monotony grind thing going on. But got to keep in mind, got to stay focused, because the ultimate goal is escape. So it's dinner time. We're going to go and have dinner. And I can show you how you can buy stuff as well. So I've picked up a food tray and I'm going to go and sit down. In fact, I need to go and sit down over here because it's a bit closer to my dudes. These guys with the bags above their head, they're selling stuff. So you right click, click buy, and from here you can buy watches, you can buy screwdrivers, so that's a weapon. You can buy a flashlight so you can see at night or in the dark, obviously. And they'll help you either with quests or with your with your trying to accrue ingredients. Oh, that was the same dude. Can we reach that guy? Yeah. So this guy's selling crowbars, a file, crafting notice, which is $26, which I'm going to buy. Always pick them up when you can. They're incredibly important for sort of helping you get along. And it's also a bottle of sleeping pills, which you'll be able to use in your escape as well. But we're not going to go into too much detail about that. The commentary in this game, as you'll notice, is pretty funny, and I do like the humour that's used in it. They're eating the food, a lot of them are complaining about it. That guy just said resembles vomit, and when we go into the showers, yeah, you're going to, it's not crude or anything, it's just interesting conversation that goes on. So if I go into my inventory, now it's exercise time, I need to work on my strength. So I've done a bit of the running today. I'm going to go to the bench press, and again it's a Q&E, but this time it's a little bit easier, just got to do reps. So you can just tap this single-handedly and it'll build up your reps, and every other one again you'll get a strength ticket. So by the time I've finished this exercise period, I'm actually going to be very strong, and this guy that we're going to beat as part of our quest, which I will show you in a minute, our quest log, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Now, people have different grievances with different people, and as we come into the quest log, you're going to see that it's not just prisoners you've got to give a beating to. Sometimes the off guards and the officers are going to need one too, and that is dangerous, because if they hit you back and they knock you out, you get things taken away. You can get put in solitary confinement, or you might just fail it, and then you're in trouble anyway. So from here, we're in the showers, and they're having their general showerly conversations, probably dropping a fair bit of soap as well, I expect. I'm going to click on this crafting notice. A flimsy pickaxe, crowbar, tool handle, and duct tape. Now, a crowbar I can buy, a tool handle I have to create, and duct tape I can buy. So this pickaxe is going to be very helpful in actually helping me dig once I get through my cell floor, so to speak. You see that? Keep your eyes north for. I do find it very funny how they have put these little comment things in. It just adds to the whole feeling of it, and I really do enjoy the way they've built up this. It is a kind of seclusion in the prison, because you can only go in certain places. You've got to be places at different times, and you have to generally keep your nose clean away from the guards. It does mean that you do get a little bit of a feeling of being in a prison itself. Now these toilets, as I'm going to show you, I'm going to nick that razor blade, and we'll leave that. But these toilets, you can actually dispose items. So if I want to get rid of this magazine, I can flush that away, and the contraband is gone. And you will get your cell shaken up as well, and they will come in and nick like your contraband stuff. So you got to be a bit careful about that. But whilst we've got some free time, I am just going to see if I can nick a little bit more stuff before we go into the big dig towards the end, and also just completing that little quest. Digging is best done at night, and if you get caught, they will chuck you in solitary confinement. What solitary confinement does is it puts you in a cell for a couple of days. You don't have to go through a couple of days worth of like routine, but it'll put you in for a couple of days, and your strength and your stamina will go down as a result. Now, as you can see here, there's a crafting notice here just in plain view, but I can't get in here because this is actually the cleaning work. So once I've done enough or got what I needed from my metalware shop, I can actually quit my job by going back to the board, clicking on there, and quitting my job. So there's now a vacancy in here. In order for me to get the job on the cleaning, or the laundry, sorry, I'm going to have to stop Julian from doing his job. But we're going to go into that in a different episode. So let's go and take a look around the yard. You see, all these keys are going to be needed to acquire in order to get out the gates. You've got to steal them from guards, then copy them, and then put them back. So a very in-depth system again. Get some visitation going on as well. This is the infirmary, where you end up if you fight the prison guards for a bit too long. But we're now drawing towards evening count, and this is where the action's going to start. So I know that I've been taking you through this in a step-by-step manner, and it has been happening fairly slowly. That's kind of the idea about the game. But as we come to 10 o'clock, we are going to get towards the evening call, and I just want to get ready for the evening's sort of activities. So I'm going to take our hammer and also this crafting notice. See what this is. A knuckle duster. Wow, duct tape and a razor blade. That's pretty mean. But we are going to use the hammer on this dude, and we're going to wait till he's asleep just before they lock up. So here's the evening roll call. This is going to be the last action before we go to sleep, and then we're going to get everything done. So it's actually easier to do things in the night, to go through the routine and actually conform during the day, and then at night do your extracurricular activities, so to speak. So let's just let them get on with this. I've actually got to beat up one of them. So if we go to our favours, I've got to beat up Officer Gavin for Carter. He's going to give me $25 for that. I've got retrieve chases lighted from Officer Noah. That means beating him up and looting him. And I've got to retrieve some chocolate, same thing again, and sleeping pills from Paul. But we're not going to beat Paul up just yet. We're going to beat Matthew up first. He's going to be our first. He's going to be our first target. And like I said, once this quest is done, he'll be knocked out, so he won't know who'll have done it. I'll get my money. That then knocks it off, and you can then pick up another quest to keep getting in little bits of money. Now I haven't got a job, because I've quit my job. I'm actually going to have to work really hard on these quests. So let's find Matthew. Where is he? I think it's actually the old dude is Matthew. Oh crap, I don't want to lose him. Is that him? There he is. So he's in his cell. They haven't locked up yet. So just as he's off to sleep, I'm going to change my combat mode, and we're going to beat the piss out of him. So, well, he's hitting back really hard. Wow, I did just about get him. That was so lucky. I was left on 10 health. You've completed the favour for Jaden and earned yourself 19 bucks. So I've knocked him out. Oh, crap. I got shook down. Nice try, Flads. Guards found contraband during a cell shakedown. As punishment of placing you in solitary for a few days. Hopefully it will teach you a hard lesson. No, that means we can't do our digging. And I've got to spend 2 days in solitary. And I'm going to lose my contraband items as well. My inventory's been cleared. Disaster. I do keep my cash, but my inventory got cleared, which means I've lost my hammer, I've lost my razor blade. And I'm going to have to get them back, so I'm going to have to buy them. And because I've got no job, I've actually put myself in a really tough spot. Okay. So it's a couple of days later. I'm going to have to grind again now. And this is something that I should have considered, but I didn't. And now I'm going to suffer. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That was a day in the life of a prisoner in the Escapist. In the next episode, we are going to look more towards our escape. And I'm going to do a little bit of grinding just to get a few items ready so that we can do a bit of tunnelling. And we can start looking at how we're going to break out of this bad boy. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching. I've been old Flads. Cheers and goodbye.